Alright, everything seems to be in order. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Bloodborne. My name is Acting Relic, and we will be I can't talk. We will be carrying on from where we left off, which was getting to the lighthouse in the fishing hamlet. So we are going to progress towards the end of the DLC. And then from there, there's not much left to do. The only main thing left to do is, well, the true final boss, and then, of course, one or two chalice things, which I will not actually be doing with this character. I'll be doing with my main character, because getting to those upper tier 5 DLCs, or not DLCs, chalice dungeons, is taking quite a while. So anyways, we come to here when we have our first shot of this thing. Now, what it is, I don't know if anyone has really figured it out yet. We also see that there's this grave with a sunflower that can only be grown in the Luminary Gardens. We hear the toll of the bell as Simon foretold, and then this comes, the Beast-Hide Hunter.
Unending death awaits those who pry into the unknown.
So, he is pretty tough, and his weapon is quite good. I was just using it a few minutes ago on my other character. At max, at plus 10, I believe it's S scaling with strength, and then I think A scaling. Quite the combination. And it has moveset ranges in the entire game. The Bloody Dawn Rafts. We now also come across these creatures. And as you saw, there's also something very interesting about this level, and that is these ship's mass. The one and only other time that we have seen these is within Nightmare Frontier, leading up to the fight against Amygdala. We saw that there were ships' mass poking from beneath the clouds. So now we are seemingly higher. Or actually lower than where we fought Amygdala. this is the first shortcut of the area and leads us right back to the lamp. It's quite nice. This last section of the game, or the DLC rather, really kicks into high gear. Some of the as a lot of this, like even the design of this place feels a lot like Blighttown, I would say, just in structure. Then you come down here, and we find ourselves in the company of all these shells we saw at the very beginning. But these ones are very much alive. Oh, that's interesting. I've never actually seen that move. Now the thing is with these shells is that you have to hit the white flesh of these creatures. Now, also fighting them is all but unnecessary, as they don't move that quickly, and you can mostly get around them quite fast. And as you can see there, you can break through the uninhabited shells. There's lots of good materials down here. However, there are these ones that have broken free from their shells. They're trouble, because they are quite fast. There's lots of good materials down here. However, there are these ones. Just checking my stream here. Alright. I'll try and get them to come towards me. Because bell tolls again. Alright, now you're just being a dick, Brador. What he did there is use one of those lead elixirs, which makes him physically hard to move and causes that fight to be a pain. Anyways, now we'll take a look at the bloodied set. Wherever here we are. Bloodied armbands, Brador Dawn, the compatriots, beastly scalp and hide while still moist with blood. Most of the blood stains on this hide were from that day. Now, this gem right here, this cursed Kin Hunter's Blood Gem 6, looks ostentatious, but is in fact actually not that powerful. Anyway, because you don't run into too many things, or too many kin creatures as it is. And those that you do, none of them are weak. The list of kin is very low. That's kin is essentially alien. The list of kin creatures is, I think, it's like Abritus, the Celestial Emissary, and then like the Living Failures. Those are the only ones that are actual kin. So yet another location of the Winter Lanterns. And these ones are even tougher. That's how far that thing goes by one being spotted once by them. Cursed Adept Blood Gem. And now the most useful part of the entire DLC. You run past everything that's in this room. And you grab the second blood rock of the game. So, the one in Mensus and the one here are the only two confirmed blood rocks that you can get. Everything else is 100% up to the player to find. You either have to cash out the 60 insight, shit. Great. Well, at least the gem is good. You either have to cash out 60 insight or get lucky in the Chalice dungeons. So, nice thing is that we are nearly done this area. That's how fast you can beat this area. The only thing that remains is the lower section of the fishing village that we saw at the very beginning. And then it's on to one or two remaining things within the first location, and then it's on towards the remaining bosses. So the final boss of the DLC and the optional boss of the DLC. Don't attack this thing automatically because this guy. If you try and do that, he will instantly, like, throw. And you should actually not be a dumbass and dive right in here. You should actually go take out the lightning guy first. as he makes this fight just that much more annoying. Gratefully, while in here, he cannot throw lightning at us, because the rule around the lightning is that you can't throw lightning through the through solid buildings. And then over here, yeah, it's as soon as you walk up these stairs, the bell will toll. It should. I heard it. There it is. And there's the beast hide chest. We only need one more for the beast hide set, which I will admit looks pretty cool. It looks even better if you have beast claws, but I sadly do not have beast claws on this character because they take quite a while to earn. And I don't think there's anything around the outside here. Oh wait, I'm wrong. Tempering Blood Gem 6. Always quite nice. Oh, some more blood vials. Alright. And there we go. And that is pretty much the entire area. I don't think I'm missing anything else. So let us return to the Hunter's Dream and cash in what we have. So
Gammon awaits. Go. Very well, then.
Vitality. I'm gonna need it.
Farewell.
Alright. Now let's head back to the undead church pile and go finish what we started. The bell tolls for a final time. and then you get the beasthood testimony. And now, we go deal with the ringer of the bell.
Look who's here. Welcome to my quarters. I've never entertained a guest before. Are you going to kill me? After all you've done, kill me. As if to right your wrongs. Nothing changes.
The blood letter. Did I skip past it? I think I might have. Bloodied hide of a horrible cleric beast pulled over the back, without the attached beast hide. This foreign garb wouldn't raise anyone's eyebrow. Brador donned a compatriot's beast scalp and hide, while still moist with blood. Most of the blood stained on this hide were from that day. The scalp of the horrible cleric beast indicating that the hunter Brador of the Healing Church assassin had killed a compatriot. Afterward, he wore his ally's own scalp and hid himself away deep below in a cell. The church provided him with a single soundless bell of death to ensure their secrets would be kept. And then the blood letter. The demented hunter weapon brandished by Brador, the Healing Church assassin. The blood letter assumes its true and terrifying form after it draws upon the blood from the inner reaches of one's body and soul. This is the only effective means of expelling tainted blood, or so Brador, isolated in his cell, continued to believe. So, I sadly do not have the blood tinge needed to use it, but it is a very good weapon, and it has one of the longest ranges in the entire game. So, now let's unlock a few cells here, shall we? Here's one of them. Carries a hunter. And not just any hunter. One of the members of the Yarhar Ghoul. Carrying a rather peculiar weapon that not many people actually use. That being the church pick. One of the old trick weapons of the Healing Church, a hunter weapon formed from one of the giant picks that appeared in the old beast tales. The church pick initially served as a large sword, but when transformed, functions as an extended war pick. In spite of its origins, it is a highly practical weapon. So not a lot of people use this because it's just not very good damage-wise. Like, it's not a bad weapon. Basic kind of short spear moveset. Your heavy is light And like, that's a cool move. And then you transform. Becomes kind of like a scythe. The really good overhead. A really nice, quick L2. Like, it's not a bad weapon by any stretch of the imagination. And it's actually quite fast. It's just, compared to everything else, just not as useful. It's mainly due to the damage. Okay. I think I've got everything here. Just the two doors there, and then finally this. The madman.
The church. We only hear the true blades of the
So, what I didn't realize for the longest time is if you kill him, you get all his stuff. Which is actually pretty cool stuff. I can't remember what significance to the plot it has. Let's find out. Here it is. Garb of a distant eastern land worn by Yamura, the Wanderer. This eastern warrior pursued a beast for honorable revenge, then became a hunter of the League. But when he stared straight into impurity, it drove him mad. Old hunter armbands wound tightly to prevent infection from the scourge. Of course, the idea was that the scourge was infectious. The idea that the scourge was infectious was pure hearsay. Garb of the Eastern Land, Eastern warrior pursued the League until his bar mad. This hat and staff, given to him when he became a hunter and confederate of the League. So, it's actually a pretty cool hat. But we've now accomplished everything that we need to do here. So it's alright. So that hat, just to show it off. Let me find it here. There it is. Yeah, it's a pretty snazzy hat. I like Lady Maria's the best. Now, what I want to know... Okay, so there is much higher stuff defensively. But I'm going to keep Lady Maria's set on. Let's repair our stuff. Let's go in and blood gem. Stamina costs 3%. No, I think I'll take that hit. And nothing to up. Guess that's all we can do. Now, as for fortification, it's time to bring the whirligig saw up to level 10. Alright then. Add that to my tab bar. Anti-clockwise. Take the moon off. 4. I'll go with class 3 communion. Yep, alright. Back to the lighthouse. Now, as I said last time, Lady Maria is one of the best fights From Software has ever come up with. And that fighting her is not bad, because it's actually entertaining to fight, because you understand why you lose each time. Because you know it's a thing of skill. However, what's about to happen next is completely different. So we see all these fishy things in prayer to that thing over there. Also, by the way, you can just kill these things by rolling into them, and they also give you no health back when you attack them. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Orphan of Kos. This is why I like Lady Maria. Because the thing is that Kos is not a battle of timing or skill. Well, it is. But it's not a battle that you learn by watching. Well, how do I put this? Kos is hard for the wrong reasons. He's just hard because of his damage. You could argue Lady Maria is also like that. But where you can learn Lady Maria in maybe 5 attempts, Kos you can't. Kos is the one where this... Like, this is a good attempt because I've fought Kos probably 100 times. And I've learned, like, I've done extensive research on, like, reading guides and, like, what's the easiest way to beat him and stuff like that. By the way, here's Form 2. Also, that lightning on New Game Plus, just try it. But see, here's the thing. The first time that you ever get to second form Cos, it suddenly becomes less of a fight of, okay, how do I tactfully actually take on this boss? It becomes a war of attrition of, how do I survive? Don't get me wrong, Cos is not of the bosses that I would consider ridiculously overpowered. He's not the worst. And in fact, he's not even the worst one of the DLC. That's the optional boss, and also part of the reason that boss is optional. The difference is with Cos, you feel like you're learning, but then you'll go into an attempt and just completely screw it up at some point. I guess that's the nature with a lot of different Dark Souls bosses, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I always enjoy... I like Lady Maria because she's the duel. She's the duel between you, the character, and someone who is equal stature, but just more powerful. Whereas Cos is this thing that is humanoid. Also, don't think because of his white skin that he is actually akin. He is not. He is in fact actually nothing. But see what I mean here? Like, look at this fight. If anyone says that they know how to beat Cos at this point, they're lying. Even Vati explained that Cos has an element of luck to its fight. Just because of how weird the AI on him is. And also just the hitboxes. With Lady Maria, you knew what was going to happen. Well, at least till Form 3, then cat's kind of out of the bag at that point. Two attempts, that's not bad. 60,000 on the cost parasite. Now where the hell are my souls? There they are. Now you may have also noticed that I don't think it procced saying prey slaughtered. Because to truly end this, you have to beat Cos, which is what this thing is. That was just her child.
Sweet child of Cos returned to the ocean. A bottomless curse, a bottomless sea, accepting of all that there is, can be.
When the carcass of Cos washed upon the shore, its insides were teeming with tiny parasites, unlike any found in humans. This archetype weapon can only be classed tight and swung, but a Cos parasite is said to simulate phantasms inhabiting a lumen wood. So this thing is the arcane weapon. It's A scaling from the outset, but you need 20 arcane to use it. So I do not. I don't think I've only ever seen one person in PvP actually use it. I don't think it's really even that effective. Anyways.
Very well, Ned.
Do that. Alright.